There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
What is up, and welcome back. It's Scovos bringing you another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video today. In today's video, we're going to be going over the biggest, largest, baddest, most balanced changes in a content update / patch for Call of Duty Modern Warfare to date. We're also seeing two maps being included in this, one of them being a huge ground war map and the other being the 6v6 map for multiple game modes. In this update, we're going to see so many changes, so many balancing and lighting changes, Claymore fixes, Riot Shield nerf, 725 nerf, M4 nerf, and so much more. This is awesome news, and they are clearly listening to the community feedback. Now, it feels like we've been complaining about these things for a long time. I know I've had so much trouble going up against the 725 shotgun, and it feels like it's been months, but the game has only been out for 2 weeks, and to see them jump on this and make these changes this quickly definitely gives me a positive vibe and hopeful for the future of this game. So before we jump right into it, I have a few things to go over, but we're definitely going to jump into everything, and make sure you check out charlieintel.com for detailed patch notes. Now, right before we jump into all of these juicy details, I want to give a huge shout out to Gudagave. I believe that's how you would pronounce it. I'm just kind of giving it a shot in the dark here, but I want to thank you for your comment on one of my previous videos, and if you want to be one of the people that can say they've been here since the beginning, I definitely recommend clicking that subscribe button. If you enjoy my content, it really does help me out. I want to give an honorable mention to Joshua Cooper. I did manage to get him 2 Totino's pizza codes, allowing him access to one of the 2 watches that are currently in the game. Now, unfortunately for anyone outside of the US, and this is kind of controversial, because the watch select feature is only available to be unlocked by making purchases, and those purchases are limited to US residents only. Unfortunately, anybody in Europe, Germany, Canada, Australia, South America, or wherever else in the world does not have access to purchase Totino's Pizza party packs or access to the Call of Duty endowment pack. So hopefully they do add more options for people around the world to earn these watches. So first on the list, we're going to have our general changes, and we're going to go through the biggest, most notable ones here. So we have stability and crash fixes across all platforms. We have sound issues being fixed with the Simtex grenades not adjusting the noise properly depending on where it was located relative to your location, as well as collision issue fixes across all maps, meaning getting stuck on random obstacles or bullets not penetrating or getting stopped by invisible barriers around different objects. We also have sprint and tactical sprint speeds reverted back to what they were in the beta. We also have a fix for bomb defusal times, where the offensive team who planted the bomb could actually see the progress of the defuse from the defending team. So I did just put out a video about how to counter riot shields, and they did adjust the way they work. So in the past, before today's update, when you had a riot shield and you threw a knife or thermite or other equipment, there would be no frames of vulnerability, meaning you did not actually put your shield away, allowing bullets to hit the player using the riot shield. Well, they've adjusted this. So now when the riot shielder throws a knife or thermite or whatever else, there's going to be a moment of vulnerability. So if they do not land that knife and you are shooting at them, their shield will go down and they will take damage, resulting in their immediate death. They've also adjusted the way riot shielders take explosive splash damage because it was not working consistently, so they should not be invulnerable sometimes to predator missiles, rocket launchers, claymores, and cars exploding. And they also said they're going to continue to look at and adjust riot shields in future updates. We're also seeing an additional nerf to claymores, so not only do stuns and flashes temporarily disable claymores, they also no longer deal lethal damage when detonated by shooting them. So there's those times where you see a claymore, you shoot it and it kills you still, even though you've seen it, and try to disable it to get it out of your way. So they fixed that. They also reduced the trigger width and damage radius of the claymore itself. We're also seeing some changes to battle chatter. They removed the ability for enemies to hear callouts by the opposing team altogether. So the enemies will no longer hear your team call out enemy over there or whatever else they're saying. They also restricted the cone at which the callouts will be triggered and reduced it even more while you're ADS, so you're no longer going to be calling out enemies all the way across the map. We're also seeing a slight increase in recoil while mounted, and a change to EOD allowing you to more consistently survive explosions when you're at full health. We're seeing some changes to lighting, allowing player visibility to be better seen and known in dark windows and dark areas. They've also adjusted footsteps, so through geometry, walls, floors, buildings, rocks, whatever it is going to be reduced volume, so the overall footstep noise through walls and different objects will be much quieter. And hopefully those changes will encourage people to move around just a little bit more. They've also adjusted and fixed some of the challenges, progression, and rank issues that we have in the game. Some of those are including rocket launchers not giving XP while shooting down kill streaks, and the kills after reload camo challenges now being tracked properly with a wider time frame, allowing you to earn that just a little bit easier. So now we're going to jump into the weapon and balance changes in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and we have some much anticipated ones here, and this one felt like it took ages for them to put out, but it is going to be a nerf to the 725 shotgun. So they increased the time it takes to aim down sights, as well as increasing the hip spread radius while shooting from your hip. They also reduced the range of the shotgun overall, so it should no longer compete with SMGs, or assault rifles for that matter, at a range. We also see a nerf to the M4 assault rifle, so they reduced the range some and gave it a small recoil increase, which is what I expected them to do to bring it on par with, say, the AK-47. Now, for all of the assault rifles that shoot full auto 5.56 rounds, they did increase the hip spread radius while up close and gave it a better damage drop off to bring assault rifles more in line of where they should be. For SMGs, they got a increase to movement speed, increase to ADS speed, and a reduction in the time it takes to go from sprinting to ADS or shooting. So SMGs will be a little more versatile and a more mobility based than they were previously. We also see a buff to the range for the Uzi, increased hip spread for the MG34 LMG. The M91 LMG also gets hip spread increase and a small damage reduction. The PKM also gets the same adjustments. And pistols. With pistols, you now have increased move speed and reduced sprint out time, meaning you can use the pistol faster after sprinting, as well as they increased the damage range for pistols as well. So pistols should be more viable and they should feel more useful than they have, because honestly, they feel pretty useless or have felt pretty useless until this update. Now, with crouching and proning, not many people knew this, but when you crouch, your recoil is dramatically reduced, almost to the point where it's overpowered, especially with guns like the M4, and I think that was a big problem with why people complained about that assault rifle. But the change in this update, crouching and proning no longer adjust your recoil at all. We're also seeing an updated rule set for the CDL, which is the Call of Duty League competitive modes in private match settings, as well as some fixes to cyber attack and ground war. And last but not least, we do see some fixes and changes to the special ops. Now, personally, I'm not a real fan of special ops. I'm one of those guys who just jump straight into multiplayer and probably never touch anything else. But we're going to see tons of things, including changes to Operation Headhunter, Operation Crosswind, and Operation Paladin, as well as plenty of bug fixes, plenty of changes, and hopefully this makes special ops much more enjoyable for those people who have been desperately asking for some fixes and changes to this game mode. So that's going to sum up the most notable changes from this patch and content update. So if you want to read everything in detail and go over the smaller, tinier things that I did not mention in this video due to time constraints, you can head over to charlieintel.com. This is where the patch notes will go live for all of you to read and enjoy as soon as they go live in game or shortly beforehand. Also, the update is going to be between 8 and 9 gigabytes for all platforms. So what do you think about these changes, the 2 new maps coming to Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Go ahead and let me know your opinions and what you want to see coming in future patches in the comment section down below. Please click that subscribe button, it really does help me out quite a bit, and it'll help me help you by putting out more quality content. And if you did like the video, you can also click that thumbs up button. If you did not like the video, you're more than welcome to click the thumbs down as well. And as always, let me know what you think below in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of this, and if you want to know right when my videos go live, you're more than welcome to click the bell icon to get notified when they do right away. As always, I hope you have a good evening, morning, night, afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you are, but thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in my next videos.